Welcome, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the live stream today. I'm Dante Starshine. We're going to dive into a channeling session with the Pleiadian Council in just a moment. So these are powerful opportunities for you to bring your questions and to experience the energy the Pleiadian Council brings. I'm a huge proponent that anyone can develop the ability to connect with their own guides and develop channeling skills. So if you want to dive deeper into that, I have a channeling course, and it's a 13-week program that I offer for people, and some people have signed up for us to start in about a month's time. So sometime after or around the spring equinox, you're going to get started. If you go to my website, dantestarshine.com, and look at the page about the course, you can sign up. And what isn't listed on the website itself, but I'm mentioning here, is that there is an early bird discount available to 2 more people who sign up before March 1st. So if you're interested and you'd like to go deeper, send me a message, and we can set up a free consultation about that. And also on my website, when you go there, you can sign up for the email list if you wait for the pop-up. And then every week I send out an email about this live stream event, so you can get the link and get the details. Sometimes the hour changes slightly. Right now we are going with 12 p.m. my time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern time, New York time. And we'll probably keep going with this as it works better for me, and I hope it fits for everybody. And there's a book that is coming out very soon. It's available for pre-release now. There was an event the other day where we did a private channeling session for the release of the book on this monumentous date, 222222. And there was a great group of people there, and some really amazing material came through. So for a limited time until the beginning of the month, there is a offer to get that stream and to get a pre-release version of the book that isn't necessarily completely what's going to come out, but there's actually more content in it. There's going to be a lot of chopping and cutting of things. So this version that you'll get now is the most unadulterated channeled book, and all of it came through in the question and answer format, just like these videos every week do. So that's what I have to offer beyond this, and thanks for supporting this work. You can also donate to support this weekly session. The donation links are both in the comments in the Zoom box and in the YouTube box. So thanks so much for your support. It really helps me in continuing to offer this. We're going to dive in now. especially because this week the last live stream was not that long ago. It was just Sunday. It was postponed last week, and I made a double booking issue. It is going to be a stream of just 1 hour today. So more than other moments, it's a small group, but just make sure that everybody has the time and space to ask their questions as we dive into the experience today. And if somebody could note to me when it is 1 hour from now, 1:20 my time, and just, whatever 20 your time, that time to wind down and move on. Appreciate it. And if you're in the Zoom room, please make sure you're muted when you are not speaking. It creates an easier flow for everybody. And the audio interruption that sometimes take place can be really disturbing for me in the channeling process and for others in the listening and integration process. So we really appreciate you making sure that your mic is always muted. Let's dive in. Hello, and we say good day to you at this moment of your time. As the Pleiadian Council, it's a pleasure and honor to establish contact with you in this way, and we thank you for allowing these transmissions to take place, as it is of massive support to all that is, and this particular galaxy, when different beings from different planets and dimensions get to reflect with each other information and energy that helps all to expand, and for Source to get to know itself through each and every single aspect of this particular universe. So it is a gift, and we thank you today. And as in other recent weeks, we don't have so much of an opening message to kick things off, because partially you already have everything you need. And that is what we would like to emphasize before we take the time to answer any of your questions and musings at this time. When you follow this formula of enacting your passion to the best of your ability without insistence in a particular outcome, you leave absolutely nothing out. What we would like to emphasize about this today is that if you are attempting to reach a certain goal, excitement is the only way to get there. You cannot actualize something by taking action steps that aren't exciting for you. And so if where you think you are going, or where you think you want to go, and your excitement in the moment don't line up, you need to look at your belief systems that would bring you to value and prioritize something that is not genuinely and fully exciting for you. This is so common in your world, as people have still internalized the beliefs that they learn from others and from their societies that say they have to prove such and such a certain thing. So when you let go of needing to prove something to the external reality, and instead your focus is on proving to yourself how excited and how blissful you can become, there comes a point where there's no longer any incongruency with what you consider your goals and what you consider your passion. They will line up and they will synchronize in the most perfect, flowing, and harmonious way. So we invite you to meditate upon that simply. And now we will proceed with your questions, inquiries, musings, and sharings in whatever fashion you wish.
Maybe I can start.
All right.
I'm very much moved by our current situation regarding Ukraine. Is there any advice how to handle situations like this from your side?
Trust that it is part of a greater unfolding process, and know that for yourself, it is not useful to take on the energy of this threat and this devastation. You might be tuning into those people who are more directly affected by it. And when you imagine yourself in the shoes of another person and imagine what's going on in the world, and you consume much of your media, it's very easy for energies from places far away to enter into your field and enter into your body and become a part of your emotional experience. But this actually doesn't serve you, and it doesn't serve them either. So the most useful thing to do is to engage in this sort of permission slip, and a common one would be the Ho'oponopono, or forgiveness practice, where you can say simple affirmations such as, I'm sorry, thank you, I love you, please forgive me, to the situation and to all involved. Come into your heart space and grant forgiveness to those perpetrators and grant compassion and love to those who are affected by it. Allow that energy to occupy its time and space, and to bring yourself into the present moment, making peaceful action steps that can propagate more peaceful energies in your world. Perhaps you may share your truth about what it means to be at peace, and your truth about what it means to go beyond the consciousness of exploitation. The more that you raise conscious awareness in this way in your world, the less there will be other people continuing to enact these very old, archaic, and dominating energies. About the situation itself, we can say that it will be a catalyzing force for grand transformations in your world. It could escalate, but even if it does escalate, know that your lives will go on in the same ways that they are going on if you choose that for yourself. You decide whether or not you take on negative energies that are happening around you or within your world. You have the complete capability of living free from taking on emotional charges from others, especially things that are happening at distances from you.
Okay, thank you for that.
My thanks to you.
Hello, Great Council. How are you?
We are fantastic, and how about you?
Quite energized.
All right.
I have a question on, basically, I've known that there were multiple peace meditation processes or projects in the past, and they have had
Yes.
measurable results. And
Yes.
in the case of, let's say, remotely participating to this, do we need to be at the exact same time with the exact same mantra, or does it actually come or work on the aspect of feeling intention and frequency of intention?
Yes, it is all about frequency of intention. And sure, if you gather with the same practice at the same time, it does have a certain impact. Though if that is not flowing with your own life and your own passion, then to have only the same intention is just as useful. It is more about creating a unified energetic field where everybody is focused on that same intention, focused on that same frequency of peace. Everybody will have their own unique way of expressing it.
That is awesome. Thus, okay, when keeping on that frequency, would you recommend having imagery, or I guess it depends on the person, right? Imagery, music.
Yes, it depends on you. What imagery do you connotate with peace? What music do you connotate with peace? Allow those images to come into your conscious mind. Perhaps you recall the moments in which you felt the greatest peace. The most powerful things to recall would be moments in which you resolved conflict in your life, because there's the peace that simply arises innately in one's inner being, and then there is the peace to conflict that arises when there are negative beliefs triggered mutually in different individuals, and they come to resolve those triggers, those beliefs, and choose together to enter into a peaceful agreement. Those moments are more potent and more aligned with the frequency that you are seeking to create now in your world.
Thank you. That's wonderful. May I have one last question for a moment?
Yes.
I've recently had a very interesting experience of hypnotherapy, but for sensual purposes. And what I've noticed after a while is my whole body reaching a point of electricity, per se, as if it was fully charged up. And I was shaking, even my mouth was shaking, but it wasn't something bad. It was actually quite amazing in the moment.
Yes.
Would you have any insights on this?
Well, this electric energy is often described as Kundalini energy. It is the energy that circulates through your body and to some extent is always flowing. Though as you deepen into subtle awareness and you intend to alter your consciousness in any way, this energy can express in a variety of ways depending on your particular intention. So this sensation is something that you can learn to maneuver and to generate on your own. You can learn how to cultivate this tingling or many other sensations and circulate it through your body for healing purposes, for playful purposes, or for many other purposes that might be exciting for you at that time.
That's awesome. Great, thanks.
No, thanks to you as well.
There are no questions on the YouTube yet, so it's still open for everyone on Zoom.
Hello, beautiful friends.
Hello, welcome.
So grateful for having the opportunity to speak with you again.
It's a pleasure and gift to us as well.
My question today is, could you share with me about my role in the hybridization agenda, and particularly in relationship with Yael, who I'm very connected to, and who I know that are the caregivers of the hybrid children.
At various points, you did contribute DNA both to the creation of the Yael and to the Shalanaya. So there are beings from this world, even your own guides, that recognize you as a sort of ancestor that helped them in forming their society. And there are several hybrid children that have a personal connection to you.
Thank you very much.
You already knew this to some extent, though, no?
Well, I am connecting to my counterpart from the Yael, and I am sensing this energy that she is a caregiver and she's taking care of the children, but I haven't yet developed that relationship very strong. And I was curious about how that sensation I had about the hybrid children, and that's why I asked the question.
Yes. This guide of yours is very much connected with the care of the children, but there's many other tasks that she performs in her life as well.
This is yet to this is for me to discover.
Yes.
Thank you so much, and my love to you.
I love to you as well.
Hello, Pleiadian Council.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's always so lovely to be able to speak with you, to hear your transmissions. I have a question today about talisman. What crystal would you suggest for me that I could use as a talisman in order, to a couple crystals to charge with different lights and different frequencies? I'm mostly working with white, gold, blue, and red.
What is your particular intention?
White is for
With this
spiritual,
talisman.
like a crystal to which I can create it, I can make it as a talisman. Yes, for example, blue frequencies, blue light, kind of abundance, gold, white light, kind of spiritual awareness, red light, let's say protection, and gold light, like victory, like success, like divine power.
All right. And those are the energies you want to bring into this particular talisman?
Excuse me, I didn't hear your
Or is
question.
there a different intention? Are those the energies you want to bring into this particular talisman, or does this one specifically have a different intention?
I mean 4 different crystals with each one of them charged with all of these for with every single spell. Like one is red, the other one blue, white, and gold.
All right. Well, you can choose crystals of any color that call to you. What we recommend would be for the white crystal to be danbarite, the gold crystal to be golden apatite, the red crystal, garnet, the blue crystal, if it is possible, sapphire. If that is not preferred, you can use a lapis lazuli.
That is great. Thank you so much for your guidance.
Oh, well, thanks to you as well.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, we are fantastic, and you?
Oh, great, great. It's great to have you. I have two questions. I felt
Okay.
yesterday. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I felt yesterday two swords, one sword in my chest, and then after I feel myself very huge sorrow. So, do you have some tips or what was that, please?
You were connecting with a past life memory in which you were killed in battle.
Ah, okay, okay. So it wasn't a negative energy. It's only releasing because there is a huge portal. So I guess I am releasing some energies.
Yes. You are getting in touch with them to clear them through you. There is a way that there is sorrow that you are holding in your present incarnation that is facilitating the connection to this loss and this death in another lifetime. So the connection you're experiencing is helping you to process that emotion right here and now.
Okay. I don't know if everybody relates, but I am feeling dizzy and my head is compressed. Is it due to the energy it's occurring right now?
It is connected to what you are releasing, but it is also an indication that you might not be fully following your own passion. You might be allowing your negative beliefs to hold you in negative patterns and not fully taking care of yourself. So for you, the guidance would be to attend more to your passion and attend more to your physical body. You will always have some degree of passion for maintaining the most optimum health. So there are ways that you can move your body more and care for your body more with more higher frequency foods and supplements.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Last question. I was guessing why I don't remember nothing before the age of 7. Do you know what happened?
There were what you consider traumatic experiences that are deeply repressed. So these negative emotions live on in your unconscious, but you are not yet able to tap into exactly what happened. It's more than specific events. It is the way that you were treated and conditioned by your parents on a day-to-day basis that created a certain emotional fog. So you have to be willing to feel through the negative emotions that are present within you now, recognizing that many of them are from belief systems you learned in that very early part of your life.
Now you say that I am afraid to tap into it as if it's a huge negative stuff.
There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of about these traumas or negative experiences because they already happened. You will only be rewarded by looking at them. But what you will have to do is feel those negative emotional charges. You will have to bring your awareness into them and be present with them, because without your willingness to feel them, those energies cannot move through you.
So sorry to take time, but if I don't do nothing, it will prevent me to getting in higher timelines?
Essentially, yes.
And
You have to look at your negative beliefs and your negative emotions and where they come from to really move through them.
okay, so it was about how do you say when you beat someone? It was about physical stuff.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It might have happened in some moments, but it is more of an emotional abuse that took place.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. I thought maybe some ETs had done something to me. That's why I needed to ask. Thank you so much for your help.
Yes, our thanks to you as well.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much for being present for us today to answer these questions. I have two questions. One is about dissolving polarity. So let's just say
Yes.
I have a conflict inside myself about a particular issue, and I'm polarized. I want to dissolve that polarization and come into neutrality. And I know there's various ways one can do that. So when I come into neutrality, dissolving that polarity or that conflict of a particular issue, and I'm generating or experiencing a state of neutrality, how does unconditional love present itself in that state of neutrality?
Unconditional love will step through you, as in neutrality, you are inherently in a state of non-resistance. Because unconditional love is actually the fabric of this reality and everything is built upon it and with it, when you become fully neutral and you stop resisting, unconditional love will have to be your experience.
Got it. So when one is experiencing a state of neutrality, you can expect to simultaneously be experiencing a state of unconditional love as well. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. The second question would be, I've been going through the process of, like many of us, my own internal evolution. And sometimes I feel like there are blocks that I can't see, can't find. I'm very aware of many of my blocks, but I was just wondering if there's any enlightenment you can give me as to a major block that I may need to look at, or something that can give me some direction on something that could be holding me back.
The best way to discover blocks that you aren't yet aware of is to act upon your passion. Know that when you act upon your passion, you will present yourself with your blockages.
Right.
If you don't know what your passion is, then that can be a great blockage. Or another common blockage is mistaking your passion for something it is not. For example, many people mistake things that they feel obliged to through their belief systems as their passion. And because they are living through that belief that they are supposed to do those things, they never discover their passion and they don't discover the belief that is guiding them.
Mm-hmm.
So by enacting your passion and discovering obstacles, that is the best way to get in touch with negative beliefs.
Mm.
Another way to do this is to ask yourself, in any given situation, when there's the slightest inclination to do something, but you feel fear creeping up, ask the question, what is the worst thing that could happen? And start to write this as a list. What is the worst thing that could happen? don't think too hard, write the very first thing that comes to mind. Then look at that idea and feel the frequency present as you conjure it in your imagination. Ask the question again. If that happened, what would the worst thing that would happen next? And continue doing this until you follow the very worst case scenario. This will show you where your belief systems are projecting into your potential future your deepest fears. And if you can come to terms with those fears through this exercise, there will be less negative beliefs distorting potential opportunities and making them appear as if they are negative experiences.
Yes, excellent. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you as well.
Thank you.
Yes, and we would say about this idea of inner polarities you've mentioned before, there is much more to discover here as well. You have to come to look at the opposing beliefs within you and recognize that they are in conflict, and this can pan out a variety of ways. One thing that might be taking place is that both of these beliefs are valid and positive to some extent, and they are simply not fully evolved so that they can synergize. The other possibility is that one of the beliefs is positive and that the other is negative. So you have to become really clear about what you are believing about a situation that makes it a push-pull dynamic. What beliefs are making a situation or an opportunity attractive to you, and which ones are making it repulsive or fearful? Get to know those beliefs and see if some of these beliefs are offering you only a false protection. Yes?
Would you say that it would be, because again, it's been discussed quite a bit in our community, that the way that we should move through life in the present moment, besides just being in the present moment, is to basically just allow what occurs and really not to control very much, but to just kind of cater to what presents itself in your life, as opposed to planning and strategizing, trying to control, or I mean, is it just that we wake up and just live each day and just live the path of least resistance? Is that what is most beneficial for everyone? Or is it a case-by-case basis?
Well, the path of least resistance implies that you let go of your imaginary control over the things that you have no control over. However, you still must control the things that you do control and have control over. For example, it is you who decides every day if you feed yourself and bathe yourself and set your life up in a way that it works for you. That's control that you do have. And some people who hear these sort of philosophies, such as going with the flow, allow negative beliefs to distort that concept into a sort of total personal surrender, in which they only do the very most basic things, and then they allow life to happen to them. So again, we point everything back towards this formula of enacting your passion. Enacting your passion requires that you take control over certain things, but you recognize what you don't have control over. You don't have control over other people, over society, over the traffic, over the weather, and so many other things. So the idea is that you surrender And when those things that you don't control happen, you recognize that your emotional responses are based in your own beliefs, and you navigate through your beliefs and your awareness so that you can surrender and create positive beliefs that accept those situations out of your hand. That gives you more power and focus to really dial into the things that you do have control over and tune your life and make choices that allow your frequency to be the highest degree of passion possible in that moment for you.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. And I have one last question. I'd like to move from where I'm located to somewhere else, because I have consistently gone within to kind of allow myself to show me where to move to. And myself has been very, very consistent and given me the same location. However, the timing is the issue, right? So the discernment as to when to move, because I was saying to myself, well, then I'll just wait for the signs, or I'll wait for when things present or correlate, or I get sort of synchronicities that show me this is a good time to move. Do you have any feedback on that?
That's a wise thing to do, is to allow for synchronicity to show you. Though also synchronicity is just as much internal as it is external. Exactly. So pay attention to your inner feeling. When you feel as if it simply flows and that it is important to take certain steps to make that more likely for you, then listen to that. Be very much in tune with yourself, because your intuition will show you when to make what steps if you're really attuned to your own heart.
Exactly. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate your help today. Thank you.
And we appreciate you reaching out and establishing contact with us in this way.
Hello, I don't know if someone is in the queue. So is there someone in the queue? Maybe on YouTube. I don't know.
All right, then continue.
Okay. I want to move as well, but I did everything. It's my possibility to get a new house.
Yes.
But the manifestation seems blocked. So I don't know if it's due to some healing of myself I have to make happen before, or if it's due to the collective and the timeline. So what is your perspective about me manifesting this new housing, please?
What exactly is coming in the way?
I did all the I have to do some asking for it. I already asked, I already sent mails, I already did everything, but nothing it's occurring, nothing it's happening.
Then
so
that's
I don't
a situation
know.
in which you accept what you're not in control of and continue directing your focus. Don't give up on your asking, in other words. You have to keep asking until you get what you have asked for. Though don't let your asking become desperate, and recognize that things arrive when you actually need them. So you may have wanting, but if you don't have it right now, you don't actually need it right now. So continue to expand your passion into the other areas where you experience passion. And that will help you be a more attractive match to this new opportunity you're seeking to call in.
Okay, so actually I am not energetical match right now.
No,
because
again,
I am the God.
It is your belief systems that would make it wrong with you that you're not an energetic match. Sometimes you're not an energetic match because there's other more important things for you to be doing.
Okay, it's so great answer. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. So basically, I have to stay in present and learn the lesson and stay calm. So I understand better.
Well, you believe that you are imprisoned, but you're really just living your life in a situation that is not exactly what you want, but still serves you. So frame it in a positive way. And again, when you stop resisting where you're at, it is easier to manifest something better.
Yes, I understand. I understand. I have to take it as another perspective to understand. Thank you so much. Quickly, what is your thought about what we call being intelligent? The way of calculate intelligence, or how it's so difficult to be intelligent in their meanings.
Well, there's many different kinds of intelligence. And what you consider these IQ measurements know that to some degree, but they don't fully know it in deeper degrees. There are mathematic intelligences, logical intelligences that tend to come together, but there's also creative intelligence. There is social intelligence. There is a particular kind of intelligence that is involved in doing everything. And the issue is that you've all gone through this system of schooling that emphasizes values on one form of intelligence more than others. And because of this, many of you don't believe you're intelligent or diminish your sense of intelligence because for you, intelligence does not look like what intelligence looks like for others. But you have to recognize that all of you have intelligence to some degree in one area. And your kind of intelligence is the intelligence you need to live your particular life. You don't need the intelligence that other people have. You need the intelligence that you have. And yes, the more that you value and understand what your particular gift of intelligence is, you will be able to become more and more intelligent. And of course, that happens by following the formula.
Thank you so much. Now I feel so much intelligence right now. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you as well.
I could bring up a quick YouTube question.
Yes, we would love that.
From Jennifer. I was wondering, what kind of questions do Pleiadians ask humans?
We don't ask humans questions, really. If there's any question that we ask you in this context, it is, what are you passionate about? And why are you not acting on it? We ask this question, people ask us very vague questions, such as, do you have a particular message for me? Because if they ask this question, they haven't been listening to the message we've been sharing with everybody. Again, there isn't as much that you, as a collective, need to know more than what is being told to you. If you follow the formula, everything in your life will come into a balanced homeostasis. That is the message. We don't need to ask you anything else because as we survey your world, we are doing it from a higher dimensional perspective through which we see vaster details and vaster information than you are capable of perceiving with your physical senses. So there's so much that we know that we don't really need to ask you questions. But for the sake of these interactions, we sometimes ask you the questions we need to fill in the gaps of the knowledge missing. Or we ask you the questions that are important for you to ask yourself, so you really start to think in the right ways and question yourself, so that you make the changes that will really help you become the version of yourself you prefer to be.
Thank you.
All right, thanks to you.
Hi, I have a question, please.
Yes.
One of my passions is connecting with an individual and being able to guide them, help them, or just be with them during a transformative time. And I have experienced something coming through me and speaking to the individual, or it's a place, it's not whether I'm smart or not, it's a wisdom that's coming from within. And I don't know where it's coming from. Sometimes it's from life experience, but a lot of times it's not. And I have connected with myself, and I've connected with my higher self, countless times. And I deeply feel that my passion is to help people on that level. Now, I became a hypnotherapist, which I absolutely love and enjoy. Currently, I'm not practicing. That's one of my goals this year, is to get that up and running. But this experience that I've had where I've felt energy throughout my body and something coming through me. I'm not sure how to expand on that. I'm not sure if that question made sense.
Yes, we understand.
Okay.
So this energy is the energy of your own higher self. And the energy comes through when you need it to come through, when you follow your passion. So it is not always meant to be there. And that is one issue that some people encounter, is that they think that something is wrong if they have had this vast, powerful experience and then it doesn't come again for some days. It happens when it's meant to happen. And there's many aspects of your life that you are attending to. And when it is right in the flow, those experiences will happen. For you, these experiences involve channeling the energy of your higher self, and that brings through information that goes beyond your human rational level of knowing. Sometimes as you do this, you are connecting with parallel soul aspects, or in other words, what others have called past or future lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
These beings can bring in specific aspects of information, and you don't necessarily need to know their identity. They simply offer you what they can offer you from their time and space through the gate that you open in connection with your own higher self.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I understand what. Okay. All right.
So as long as you're not resisting the experience when it happens, there's nothing you necessarily need to do to deepen into it. The deepening will happen over time. And as you follow your passion and continue to offer this work for others, in varying situations, you'll tap into varying degrees of energy. Note that it also depends on the energy that other people are ready for, because it is not only a shift in your energy field when you enter into these states. That energy is transferred to the other as well. And if somebody is not capable of opening to a very intense energy, like the one that you might be channeling, you won't have the same access to it.
Rightly so. Yes. Okay. That makes sense. Most definitely. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thanks to you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Okay. I have a moving question.
All right.
I am currently, I'm currently staying with my parents. I am an older person, but I'm staying with my parents. My mother is not well at this time. And it looks like I'm probably going to be staying here on the land for the next maybe year, but you know, I vacillate between staying close to my parents and then really, I don't enjoy this area, this state that I'm in, physical, you know, the state that I'm living in. And so I definitely would like to move here. And I'm almost answering my own question here. So I believe that, I mean, is it really possible for me to be able to move that far away from them while she's ill? It sounds like such an odd question, I know, but
it depends if there's other people that might be willing to support her as well. It depends also on how much you're willing to travel. So you have to look at all your priorities and see what's possible within them.
Right.
So you can dreamscape your life in the way that you imagine all of the possibilities and you get really clear on which ones you prefer the most, and then surrender the timing as you go with the flow, and more information about the present situation is revealed in every new now moment. You'll get to see as to which of your specific dreams and hopes really get to pan out. But know that if one specific thing doesn't happen right now, there's many other areas of your life that still have the total capability of focusing on and bringing into a more complete fruition here and now.
Okay, beautifully put. Thank you.
That's another thanks to you.
There is one question in the Zoom room chat and one on YouTube.
All right.
From DCH. Is Tristan da Cunha Island a part of the continent of Atlantis? Thank you.
It roughly corresponds to the area that Atlantis once was, yes.
Awesome. Thank you. For the YouTube question, do we not understand what true peace look like? I practice as best as I can holding space of peace within. I feel others doing this as well. Does it make a difference in collective awareness?
It does. Every vibration you hold in your being ripples out through you. It ripples out more when you take inspired and passionate action in creating what you prefer to create or speaking what you prefer to speak, and so on and so forth. Do you not know what peace is? You do know what peace is. Peace is a state of total non-resistance and a state of total compassion for others. Peace does start with peace within oneself. It is ending the war between conflicting beliefs and perspectives that you have developed that allows you to have total compassion with yourself and no inner animosity to any aspect of who you are. Much of the war and the violence that takes place happens because individuals are not at peace with aspects of themselves. They have so much resistance to certain qualities and traits within themselves that they cannot actually see that as part of who they are. And so instead, they only see those traits or aspects in other people, and they have such negative definitions of those traits and aspects that they fight and war with them. That is one very common cause of conflict in your world. There are other forms of conflict that come from what you would consider self-interested individuals. These individuals can often be beings that have aspects of the DNA related to reptilians and to self-service activated within them. Note as we say this, these beings are not literal reptiles. All of you have DNA from extraterrestrial beings, including ourselves, including the Syrians, Lyrans, Vegans, and from extraterrestrial groups you consider reptilian. All of these beings interfered to varying extents with your evolution over millions of years. When individuals focus their beliefs and their actions in particular ways, genes connected to certain extraterrestrial groups become activated. Those individuals who focus on self-serving actions start to activate the reptilian genes within them. These individuals believe that they are more worthy than others. They believe that they have a fundamental right to take energy from other people. They believe that their well-being is more important than others, and they believe that this is a universe with scarcity in which it is more important to take energy from other individuals than it is to take energy directly from source. Many of these individuals do not believe in source at all. There are entire extraterrestrial groups that do not believe in source, and all of their effort is made to attack and drain others of energy. So these individuals do exist in your world, and they are also responsible for war to some degree. Know that these beings are fading out, and your planet is shifting to a more collective frequency of peacefulness and service to all rather than service to self. But it does take time. The more that you live your own life in a state of selflessness, in a state of generosity, in a state in which you recognize that all is one, and that when you give to others, you give to yourself, and you open yourself to receive from others, you create the framework for a world that is beyond all of these conflicts. In fact, many of you can direct your life to the extent that you can avoid these negative fear-based energies entirely. You can direct your life so that you live in communities and in spaces that are more peaceful. And as you, in a sense, make peace with living in your own bubble, you can send compassion to these frequencies that you witness from afar without letting them into your own field. Know that doing this is right and well, and still has a powerful ripple effect in changing the predominant frequency of your Earth.
Can you repeat what changed the frequency of the Earth?
Living in unconditionally loving, selflessly giving ways, holding the perspective that all is one, and that when you give to others, you give on to yourself, and you open yourself to the opportunity to return from others, to receive from others. This is a give and take universe. Everything you give returns on to you. What you put out comes back. Developing your trust in this universal law will help you be more selfless, and that will in turn increase the level of peacefulness and togetherness in your world.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, our thanks to you. All right.
That is all for the written
That is
question, and we're reaching 1 hour.
All right. Perfect. We thank all of you for co-creating this interaction, for bringing yourself and your truth and your ideas together in this space. We send our unconditional love to you and remind you that it is a gift to us to experience your energy in these spaces. And we thank you for continuing to choose to evolve your own consciousness and apply this wisdom in your own life, as it makes a tremendous difference both for your planet and for the entire galaxy. Don't allow yourself to give in to the bad news. Know that you create good news in your own life every moment. And as you choose to put more emphasis in your personal reality than in what anyone outside of you tells you you should value and prioritize, then your experience will be more blissful, and that energy will ripple out to create a more blissful planet. Our love and thanks again, and we wish you a pleasant rest of your day. All right, how's everybody doing?
How are you?
Good, good. That was enjoyable and beautiful.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
So you were sick? You were
welcome.
sick?
Welcome, Andy. Yes, I was sick. I had a variety of experiences, but I've had strep throat, and I'm still dealing with a candida overgrowth, which just makes my energy a little bit less stable than normal. But it's something I've dealt with before, and it's something that's very common that people just don't really know about. So I know what to do, and it'll be fixed in a month or two or so.
Do you eat meat? Do you need to eat meat?
I do not really eat meat. I eat chicken and fish on some occasions, but I don't eat red meat ever.
Okay. So
Very
for you,
bad.
it's very, very. You have to take care of what you eat to maintain a level of subtiles of fine energies, if I understand.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the same for everybody. It's like what we eat becomes our consciousness. As the gut bacteria, it creates the balance of the brain bacteria. So it's all about what we eat, what we take in.
I don't know for everybody, but I am not consciousness of what I eat. I eat a lot of stuff, and then after I don't feel good, and I don't know where it comes from.
Thank you, George. Thanks for being here. Yeah, well, you know, if you eat something and you feel bad afterwards, it's a little easy to figure out that it probably comes from the food.
Yes, I know, I'm joking, but it's interesting for you how you maintain your level of energy.
Takes a lot, especially when I'm working with many people and on many projects, and also trying to take care of myself, but we manage. Who's all here today? A lot of beautiful people. Good to see Mandy and T-Blades. I think it was the first time we met you here, so thanks for being present with us. And yeah, just a reminder to all watching.
Yes, Dante, thank you. That I invited my friend Tryon on as well. This is our first time. I had subscribed to your channel a while ago, and then I saw a notification pop up and something made me just click. I didn't realize that you did these. So I thought I would check it out. And so, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. Thank you so much.
Yeah, glad to have you here. And you had great questions. And I think it's really good content for everybody to subscribe to the channel to tune into that. Showing up. And yeah, we're here every Thursday.
Okay, wonderful. I'll see you again.
And how is going your residency?
I'm a resident of Mexico now. It's good to go. It's temporary. It's for 4 years, but from what I understand, it just automatically becomes permanent as long as I don't break any laws in the next 4 years. And you know I'm a law-abiding citizen and everything.
Congratulations! Great, you step up a huge level now.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm happy for it. Yeah, it's a big relief. Bit expensive, but all good. And yeah, everybody, just a reminder that if you want to participate in the channeling course, there's still some early bird slots open, and you can sign up for one. You can sign up for also a free consultation with me to see if the program's really right for you. It's a 13-week program that teaches you how to channel and how to do energy scanning, how to connect with past lives, how to connect with your own inner aspects, maybe things from your childhood or from the past, and then practice it for others. And you go through all of these practices in partner practices with other people in the program. That really builds an amazing sense of community over time and really helps you to make these skills more palpable and deep. So it's a powerful program starting around this time of the equinox, and would be happy to share more about you if you want to more about it with you if you'd like to jump on a call. And also the pre-release of the book is still available, and the session from 22222 is available for $22. If you go to the community tab on the YouTube channel, there's some info about that can clarify it, and just shoot me an email and I can get it over to you. And I think those are all the things that I want to plug in again. So yeah, appreciate everybody for being here again.
That was amazing.
Oh, I'm glad.
Dante, yes,
Amazing.
go ahead.
Okay. I have, yeah, I need to move on to the next thing because I have another client and I'm getting all of these messages right now. So,
Bye.
okay. Catch you next time. Bye, everybody. Much love.
Have a good one. Thank you.